How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another day in the House Money Investing channel. In this video we will go over 19 trades I just made. So I sold out of 19 of my positions, withdrew a little bit of principal. So using my strategy, which I dubbed House Money, is putting principal into the market for about 30 to 90 days, withdrawing that principal and then leaving my gains in the market, which is why I call it House Money, because all of my stocks are going to be riding on House Money, which in my opinion are free shares, and it is also zero risk beyond that point. So once I pull the money I put in out and leave the gains in the market, I can just let them ride for as long as I want, whether they go up or down. It really doesn't bother me or distract me, doesn't worry me or anything like that. And everything I invest in long term, is eventually going to go up, because these are great companies I invest in and companies I believe in as well. So that being said, we'll get started. I sold out of ELY, which was one share. I sold it for $22.77 out of my Moomoo account, and my profits were $3.46. Moomoo doesn't offer fractional shares, so I went and took that $3.46 that I made as a profit and purchased that in Robinhood. And this is a golfing company that they have works with what's the golf place? Can't think of the golfing range, but it's like a little golf gaming range you can go to. Forgot the name of it. But yeah, that's why I swing traded this one. I knew I would make some profit because of the deal that they had. And then here I purchased $3.39 of Dropbox DBX. That came from me selling one share out of my Moomoo account for $22.49. My profits were $3.39, and I purchased this in my stash account. The reason I didn't purchase this in my Robinhood is because I already own shares of Dropbox in my Robinhood, and I didn't own any in my stash account, so that's why I went ahead and purchased it in my stash account. Then I sold one share of silver, which is SLV. This is just a play on some precious metals, trying to get some exposure to that market, trying to swing trade it and gain more fractional shares of SLV. This time it didn't work out. I took a loss, a small loss. I sold this share for $22.26. Then I purchased NNDM. This was a new SPAC that just recently came out. ARK Invest bought a lot of this SPAC as well, and I profited $1.26, and I sold one share out of my Moomoo account, which was $6.14. So the profit, I took it and purchased it in Robinhood for $1.26. Now when I do this, I am purchasing these at a higher share price, but that's okay because this is free stock, and I'm going to just let it ride for the long term, and eventually it's going to make money. And me doing this every 30 to 90 days, I'm going to steady add to these positions, and over time they're just going to stack up, just free money, just free shares, just compounding for decades. And that's my strategy that I'm going for here on this channel, and I just recently started this in June. I do have other channels with long-term accounts, like growth accounts and dividend accounts, but I will not be displaying them on this channel because this is just House Money only. Okay. Then I sold one share of AYRO. I sold this share for $5.96. On this trade I did lose about $4, so this one didn't do well at all. Which on some of these you are going to take a loss, but as I keep going through these trades I made tonight, and you can check on previous videos and future videos, I do make a lot more profit than I do loss. So overall, the type of companies I'm investing in, I'm going to make a profit because I diversify so much. Here I bought $1 worth of VTRS. That came from me selling one share of VTRS out of my Moomoo account. I sold this share for $17.34, and the profit was only $1. Now you might think $1 isn't much, but $1 is going to add up. especially when I'm buying 460. I think the last November I bought 465 different positions. So even if I was to make $1 overall on all of them, you know, I'm still making $465 at the end of the day. And that's going to compound, and at least if I make 10% off that every year, that's $40. That'll turn to $500. Then the next year that'll be $550, and the next year it'll be $605, and so on and so on, right? And then I purchased Virgin Galactic, SPCE. $8.43 was my profit. I sold 1 share of Virgin Galactic out of my Moomoo account for $32.04. I'm always happy to get more shares of Virgin Galactic. This one I own about in all four of my fractional shares. Well, 4 out of the 5 fractional share brokerages that I have: Robinhood, Stash, Public, Fidelity, and Cash App. I own this already, and the reason I purchased in Robinhood because this is the one that I was only up like 50 something odd % on this position, and the other accounts I was up 70, 90, 100 plus %. So I did average up a little bit. You know, I think my average share cost was like around $20 or so in Robinhood. So with the shares being about $32 now, you know, I did average up a little bit. But once again, it's okay because, like I said, it's house money. It's free stock. And Virgin Galactic, it's kind of risky, but I do believe in it, and I believe it's gonna boom. You know, once they start sending people to outer space, you know, the share price is gonna just skyrocket. Then this here is my Acorns account. I withdrew $13 worth of principal. As you can see, I have $1,994.68 in that account. What I do with Acorns is deploy a few $1,000s in it. In about 30 to 90 days, I withdraw the principal I put in, and whatever I gained in my Acorns account, I will keep it in there and let it ride out. Acorn offers some large stock companies like VU, which is a Vanguard ETF, which consists of like Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, and Apple. So of course, with those high value growth tech plays, it's going to make some money. Then I purchased $1 of Chipotle CMG. That came from me selling out of my Chipotle position that I swung trade here on my public app or public account, and I made $1 profit, so I purchased that in Robinhood. The reason I didn't leave it in public, even though they offer fractional shares, the gains wasn't large enough for public to let me leave it there. They actually make me sell out of the entire position, so I just added it to my Robinhood. Then I purchased 1 share of Google. That was sold in my public account for $57.96. And then I made another purchase of the Google, and this is type A, which I sold out of my public account $58.96. So that was $1 profit on both of those. And the reason why the profit's supposed to be so small, because you know Google's like a $3,000 stock. Well, is it? No, that's Amazon. But either way it goes, Google's pretty high, so these fractional shares didn't gain that much. And then BKNG, Brookfield Holdings, I purchased $2.05. This was profit from me selling that out of my public account. $61.09. I had to sell the total amount because the profits wasn't great enough to let me leave it in the account. So that was $2.05 I added into my Robinhood. And then I withdrew $289.38 worth of principal out of my public account. As you can see here, I still have another $548.47 pending that I will be able to withdraw out as well. That is also principal out of my public account. Then in my Robinhood, I sold Meli, M-E-L-I, for $66. This one I made a pretty nice gain on. And I didn't leave those gains in my Robinhood account because the gains were pretty good. They just let me leave it in there, right? Then I purchased $1 Amazon. That came from me selling out of my Amazon position out of my Robinhood for $67.11. The gains weren't large enough, so when I sold it out of Robinhood, they made me sell the entire position. So I just added $1 worth of Amazon in my public account. Then I withdrew another $38 worth of principal out of my Acorns account. And then I backdoored and withdrew another $227 worth of principal out of my Acorn account. And then I purchased $14.60 worth of American Airline. That was due for me selling one share of American Airline out of my Charles Schwab account. Of course, Charles Schwab, they do offer fractional shares, but they're like $5 minimum, and you know, it's just easier for me to buy the stash in the stash account. So I purchased there for $14.60. And then Wells Fargo, I purchased $5.19. That was a profit. I sold one share of Wells Fargo out of my Charles Schwab account as well. And then Bank of America, I made a profit of $2.40. I sold one share of Bank of America out of my Charles Schwab account as well. And then I purchased AT&T. This was a profit, $4.23. I sold AT&T. I had a position in AT&T in my Charles Schwab account, and I sold that out. So this is the profit I got from there. And then Pfizer, PFE, I made a profit of $5.60. I also sold out of that position out of my Charles Schwab account. Now the reason why I'm not showing the Charles Schwab like I did the others is because you can't screenshot Charles Schwab, so I have to actually physically take pictures on my iPad, so that's in another section on my phone, which I'll display those in just a second. And then Walgreens, WBA, I made a profit of $5. I sold one share of Walgreens in my Charles Schwab account as well, and we'll take a look at those real quick. Alright, so here goes the American Airline position that I sold out of in my Charles Schwab account. As you can see here, open sale here. And these are some other I sold a few days ago: Adobe, BlackRock, Costco, Chevron, Netflix. And here goes the Wells Fargo that I just sold. Here goes some more that I sold: Sherwin-Williams, REGN, right? And then Bank of America. This is one share that I sold out of Bank of America. And then I sold some AT&T. And then I sold the Pfizer. And some ones I sold the other day were NVIDIA as well. And then I sold the Walgreens. So those are the shares I sold that I had profits in. If you like the channel, if you like the videos, please hit the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. If you want to follow my journey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. You'll get a notification every time, you know, that I post a video, which is a few times a day, 2 to 3 times at least. Just posting stock picks, daily trades, and going over my actual accounts, which I've gone over 6 of them so far. And I got about 5 or 4 left that I'm going to review as well. And if you don't like the strategy I'm using, that's cool. You don't have to use my strategy. You can always go with your own strategy, whether it be long-term growth, dividend, swing trading, anything like that. Basically, you just look at the tickers that I have, and you can kind of you know, do your own due diligence and research. Look at those tickers and make sure it's something you want to invest in as well. But I will, over time, you know, display everything that I'm doing, be as transparent as I can. And as you guys can see, as I'm going through these accounts, that, you know, I'm making a profit on all my trades. So I'm actually investing in, you know, high quality stocks and stuff like that. I will bring you guys another video tomorrow with the stock trades and stuff like that. I'll sell out of 20 more of my positions, and that'll be it for the night. Thank you.